All right, well, welcome back to the channel. We're gonna play around with some oil, some pressure, some temperatures. We're gonna change it out. We're gonna send it off to Blackstone Labs and see what they say. But in this video, we're going to compare because I'm running the Motul 5W30. I'm about to switch to 5W40, and mainly, in theory, I'm hoping to get some more pressure, and I think some of the data out there shows about 10 psi, which I'll take all day long. But as we increase the thickness of the oil, you know, whenever you have a positive, there's always a negative, and the oil temps are going to be a little bit higher. How much higher? I don't know until we go on track. So right now, the car's been idling for quite a bit. It's raining here in Florida, so operating temps are at 194, and I'm almost 170 degrees on the temp, and oil pressure is right at 29, 30 psi. So we're gonna go drive around, you know, get it up to temperature and see where the oil pressures are, you know, cruising, you know, at red line, idle, come back home, drain it, give them their sample. We'll go 5W40 and do the test again and compare. So just cruising. Again, we're not going fast at all. We are still around that same temp, 192, 172 oil temp. At idle with the AC on, we're same thing, 28, 30. Just going through the gears, cruising now, 80 psi. Temps are the same. I'm at 2,500 RPMs, fifth gear. Just cruising, but oil pressure at 176, 80 psi. It's kind of tough to get the oil temps up, even staying in like third gear at like 5,000 RPMs. As soon as I slow down, the temps just come back down. Oil cooler's doing its job, same with the vented hood. But we're gonna try to lay into it a little bit more. It's raining. Well, my check engine light just went on. And I have no throttle. This sucks. This is very annoying. I don't know if you guys can even hear that. This is why we still gotta adjust the tune. Same thing. We're still in its beta testing, but still, why did it throw a check engine light? I don't even know if it's gonna allow me to get home. No. All right, third key cycle. There's like no throttle with the car at all. Like I'm flooring it right now. Gosh, when this thing shuts off, it really, really shakes. All right, stand by until I can get this thing running. Well, unfortunately, because there's a check engine light, I can't cycle. I can't see what the temps are until I get it cleared. It's raining. I really wanted to try to get some of this information, really for myself, but I'm trying to share it with you guys. I know on track at about 230 degrees, I see about 60 PSI all the time. Obviously, in the rain and on the street, I can't even get it that high. So we're just gonna take it home, pull an oil sample, try to clear the code, and you know, see what it is, what the pressures are and stuff. What a bummer. See, yeah, it won't let me cycle into sport mode, so we're heading home. Well, we made it back, and the graphene is doing its job, so that's cool. I don't have anything to read the codes on the car. I know EcuTech has something I can just check your Bluetooth. I don't have any of that stuff set up, but eventually I will. But I need to figure out why it did that. I mean, as you guys just saw in the video, I did a U-turn. I didn't even floor it. I started rolling into it in first gear and didn't like it. So now we're just gonna, you know, jack up the car, basically just give it an oil change. So this kind of tells you what they want, how to give a sample. Like I said, they want a sample in the middle of the drain stream. You know, give them a bunch of information on the car, kind of fuel mileage, what oil, stuff like that. Some more information. Kind of like your return label, what you're going to put the sample in. And that's it. So, pretty simple. One thing that I will say, and it all adds up, for some that have been following me since the beginning, I added these Swiss Trax floors, right? So now that I'm getting ready to work on the car, all the water that's been dripping on the floor, I don't get wet because it falls in between the Swiss Trax. And on top of that, the newest addition to the garage is the paneling on the door. And the one thing that I truly, truly, truly love, and I didn't film it, but was the mini split. So it's actually nice to be able to come in here, put the AC on and work on the car and not sweat to death and get all wet and dirty and greasy. The greasy part, yeah, that always comes, but it's just nice to be able to enjoy the suffering. All right, now that we got the car up in the air, I put a small little fan. Damn, these saws are tight. These are large. Jesus, all right. So, guess I'll move that extra large. All right, this is silly. Yeah, I'm not even gonna wear these. All right, well, that was a waste of money. The gloves don't fit, but we're going to get under there. This is what I'm gonna put the oil in. I'm just gonna use my, I don't know, what is it, a 14 millimeter take off that, it's a Grady magnetic drain plug. Open it, let it run for a minute. Scoop this, like I said, right in the middle. Drain it, swap the filter, and put in the new 540. One thing that I love, this little chair roller mat for an office. Literally slide that under there. Grab my oil container. So if I spill anything, I don't have to, pull the floor or the tile out to clean under it. Super nice. Get my bottle ready, and boom. And I lost the wrench. That all looks good. All right, there's my sample. Thank God for this office mat. All right, let's take a look at this magnet. I mean, no chunks, so that's good. I mean, it's just your normal wear and tear. Nothing that I'm worried about. I only have, I don't know, roughly 700 miles, couple track days on it. So, clean this off for them. It's actually pretty warm. Now we gotta do the filter. I just use the oleum filters. There's the part number, or it's what I use. And you gotta be very careful so you don't spill all this oil. Oil's always flowing out of this, so you're good. One thing with the Subaru, they already have some kind of grease on there, so you don't have to worry about lubing it up. Plus, there's plenty of oil here. I just kind of go hand tight, and then I always date the top of the filter. All right, well, the drain plug's on. If you guys want to know how to keep your tools to last longer, just drop them in the old oil catch can bucket deal. They will stay nice and lubricated. Put that up. All right, drain plug's on. I marked my oil filter. We're just right at like 5,000 miles. Today's 7:15. Probably by the time you see this video, we're going to send out that oil sample. It'd probably be a week or two, maybe longer. I don't know. Wait for them to come back, and we will go over that. I don't know. If you see me just put this car, parts for sale, I didn't get good news. But we're going to go over the results with you. Only thing left to do is just put the oil in it, start it up, make sure it's good. I'm not expecting to see more oil pressure at startup. Why? Because, well, that first number, the 5W, is for, cold, for your startups. We were 530, now we're 540. The only number I care a lot about is the 40. At temperature, the oil should be a little bit thicker, more pressure. Like I said, we're probably going to see slightly higher oil temps. I'm not worried about it. We have the cooler, we have the shroud. I have a hooded or vent in the hood, so on track, a lot of airflow, and I'm just not worried about it unless I see like 270, 280, then I'll probably do a cool down lap. But I doubt we're going to see that temp. One thing that I notice, every time I get mold tool, it's always damaged. Every time. I guess it's normal. I don't know. But anyway, as long as the seal's not broken, I'm good with it. With my luck, I'm just gonna rip it off. It's gonna go everywhere. So your factory oil system's gonna hold like 5 quarts, and then it's like 5.3 with the oil filter, based off your owner's manual. Look at this. I run about just over, right around 6 quarts, and that's because of the oil cooler filling up the lines, and I have it just a smidge above full. I'd rather have a little bit more oil than less, especially with these FA motors. So that's where I'm at. Each one of these containers hold just over 2 quarts, so 3 should be enough. I'm not going to use all 3 though. We'll be close. All right, so I let the car run for a minute. And now you want to start it, let it run for a minute, shut the car off, give it, a minute or 2, and then check the oil. And that's what the owner's manual says, so we're doing just that. But when I first started doing this, I didn't know where the engine oil was, like the level based off of the stick. And I'll show you, because the way you look at it could be the wrong way or the right way, and you can either really overfill your motor or underfill it, and I'm going to show you that now. So I'm not going to change a whole lot. So I don't know if you can see that, but the level is right there, so we need to add a little bit more. No big deal, right? It's in between. But if we flip it, it looks like the oil level's up here, which is not good. So you might think, oh my God, I just overfilled my motor, but you didn't. So basically, as you're pulling this out, oil is actually dragging along the bottom or the back side of this dipstick, and it may look like you overfilled it, but actually, I still need to add more. And just like that, it's like it never rained here in Florida. One thing I just noticed as we were checking the oil level, let's check this out. So, start it up. Oil pressure's good. We still have the check engine light. Hold this down, and look, it allows me to change it. Now I can see the temps. It didn't do that earlier. So we're gonna take it for a drive, see what the pressure versus temperature, what it looks like now, even though I didn't get a whole lot of data earlier because of the check engine light. All right, well, should be good. Just check the oil levels, perfect. Now we're gonna go take it for a drive. I don't know if you can hear the rocks just in the back of the trunk as we're driving over them, picking up the pebbles and stones and stuff. It's what it sounds like when you gut the back end of the car out and have really sticky tires. So far, same temperature, same RPM, we are exactly 10 PSI higher. So 2,500 RPM, around 170. We're in the just like 91 instead of 80. So let's get some more RPM and more heat into it now that it's hot outside and not rainy. So 90 PSI at about 70 something, just over 7,000 RPMs. Or no, I'm sorry, just at 7,000 RPMs. Oil temps, they're staying a little bit hotter, but again, it's sunny out and it's hot, and earlier it was rainy. But coolant temps 192, we're 183, 185. And cruising, we're in the mid 80s. Oil pressure, I'm just trying to get the temps up, but it's hard. 5,000 RPMs, just cruising. About 90 PSI. Come on. All right, let's see idle. So 190, the temp. We're same thing, we're about 25 it's showing here. I'm gonna try to record it with my cell phone because it's suction cup there. So 25, temps are, there we go, 192, 25, 26. Say hello. One thing I would say, I got the AC on, so the fans are running, but normally my oil temps would go, you would just see them starting to fall down. Here, they maintain like 192. So that thicker oil is gonna kind of hold more weight, or not more weight, more temp, I'm sorry. So now the oil pressure again, right around 3,000 RPMs. We're at 190-ish, and we're at like 81 PSI. So it is holding, I wouldn't say quite 10 PSI, but roughly give or take a couple. Car feels good, sounds good. No drama. I wish there was a way, it was an easier way to just log oil pressure, especially on track. But there's a bunch of guys doing a lot of the testing, and I'm just waiting for the aftermarket to catch up, let someone else be the guinea pig. I know I've done quite a bit of testing. It's just hard that I can't put it up on a screen for you guys to see. But so far, so good. I got to figure out this check engine light. Anyway, that's going to do it for this part of the video. We're going to send the oil out and do like part 2, because this video is probably going to be really long. And I might do a part 2 of the oil analysis to see kind of, what they see and tell me what's going on under there. Stay tuned for us to get the data. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, hon, get your tits out.